Hi, guys, welcome back to AppGeeker channel. Hope you're all doing well. So, if you've just switched from Android to iPhone or just taken out a new iPhone from the box, here are two of the best tips for you to transfer your current Android messages to your new iPhone in a very straightforward way. Okay, first of all, we're going to use a very powerful tool, Move to iOS. Some of you might know it, but some might not. Just as the name claims, this app is for you to move their data files from an Android phone to an iOS device while you set up your iOS device. It's going to move your Android data like text messages, photos and videos, contacts, calendar, and many other documents. If you've already gone through the setup process on your iPhone, then you'll need to erase everything on your iPhone and start over so that your Android messages and other files can be moved to the new iOS device automatically. If you're not willing to erase your iPhone data, you can use the method number 2, which won't wipe out anything on your iPhone. Okay, so, firstly, I'm gonna show you how to erase your iPhone first. If your iPhone is in the middle of the setup process, or it's on the hello screen, you don't need to do this step. Okay, now, let's erase this iPhone first. We're gonna go to the settings, so if you go the settings, you see the general option under your name. Tap it, and here, scroll down, find Transfer or Reset iPhone, and go to Next Screen. Here, you'll be given two options. To get your iPhone back to the setup screen, we choose Erase All Content and Settings here. And your iPhone may ask for your passcode or Apple ID to erase everything itself. Depending on how many files on your iPhone, it can take several minutes to erase all the content completely. Alright, the second step is to move message data to iPhone. To do that, we need the app Move to iOS on the Android device. So, install the Move to iOS on the Android phone first. Now, I open it up on my Android phone. And go ahead, continue and agree. And allow it to send the files automatically. And tap Continue to confirm. Here, you'll be asked to enter a one-time code here. To get this code, we're going to start setting up the erased iPhone from the hello screen. On this iPhone, you can see the hello screen over here. It's totally fresh again. To do the setup quickly. While setting up, you'll see this Apps and Data screen after the Data and Privacy options. Here, under Apps and Data, you can see the Move Data from Android option very clearly. Tap it, and tap Continue to get a code. You can see a 6 or 10-digit code right here. And this is what we should enter on the Android phone. So now I'm gonna enter this one-time code on my Android device. And here, a temporary Wi-Fi network is created between Android and iPhone. So we need to tap Connect to let this Android join the connection with the iPhone. Then wait for the transfer data screen to show up. You'll see this page, your Android content is here available for you to select. You can see message, photos and videos, contacts, and you can also add files. So to move Android messages to iPhone, here we simply choose Messages. And tap Continue to start the transfer. And if asked, make sure to allow it to access your files on your device so that it can transfer the content to your iPhone. You can pick other data files if you want. Once the transfer started, here, you can see the loading bar running on both devices. And make sure the transferring process won't be interrupted due to the lack of power. You can keep them both charged so you won't have to do it all over again. Now, the two loading bars both complete, I'm gonna go through the iPhone setup process. And now, all is done. Okay, I opened the Messages app on my iPhone. You can see all my Android messages display in order here. Move to iOS might take a long time to perform the transfer depending on how many Android messages you're transferring. But the biggest problem is that you'll have to erase your iPhone before you can get to the Move Data from Android option. And this might be unacceptable for some users, for some reason. And if so, you can use our next method to move your previous Android messages to any iPhone without erase. So the second tool I'm going to use is the software called Phone Transfer. It basically transfers everything from one phone to another without erasing anything on either of the devices. So it would be very easy for you to move messages from Android to iOS. Now, I already have Phone Transfer on my computer. You can get it through the link below this video. Now, I launch it on my computer. You can see the interface is very simple, and it's very easy to know what it offers. And now, as we're going to transfer texts from Android to iPhone, so I'm going to use the phone transfer option at the toolbar. And here are more options. For Android to iOS, we select phone to phone, and then the connection page appears. At the top, you can see pretty clearly that the left is source, the right one is destination. So now, I'm going to connect the source phone, this Android phone, with the computer. Okay, plug it into the computer. And once connected, you can see a pop-up appears on the phone, asking whether to allow the USB debugging. This is to allow it to access and transfer the files on your Android phone, so here we tap allow to get our phone truly connected. And if the USB debugging doesn't show up on your phone automatically, you can connect it again or click cannot recognize the device at the bottom and follow the on-screen steps to turn on the debugging mode. Alright, now the source Android phone is here on the left. Next, connect the destination iPhone. Make sure to let your iPhone trust this computer here. It's scanning the files on the Android phone now. And from the center box, everything we can transfer is here: photos, contacts, text messages, videos, call logs, all here for you to select. To move the text messages from Android to iPhone, here check the text messages. You can select anything else you want, of course. And then, go ahead to start the transferring process. Here you should see a loading bar running on the screen. The transfer is in the process. When it finishes, all the Android messages will display orderly on the iPhone. Okay, now it's done. I just disconnect my Android and iPhone. And open the messages. Right here, you can see the identical text messages on the two phones. My Android messages are all moved to iPhone. No data loss. Even the emoji is here. And not just messages, for other data files, you can do the same. Just select and transfer. It's as easy as ABC, a few clicks to transfer all you want from one phone to another. Okay, that's all for today. I appreciate you guys watching this video. And if it helped, I would really appreciate a thumbs up and your subscription. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.